legitimately giving you the best research I know through these videos. And sometimes things change. Sometimes I learn more, and I'll revisit things and tell you. That's what I do, sort of to share with you the experience of these explorations and to, transmit to a larger audience some kind of more boring, not boring, but, like less entertaining research that I actually do on a professional level, on an academic level, on a scholarly level through academia. Like I have that whole other side that's behind the videos that you see. So I talk a lot in layman's terms, I use slang, I joke around with you, but what it's coming from are actual things that I've studied at actual university and through scholars who are experts on the topic, and I'm synthesizing it to you through this more fun medium, these videos. So please, when you if you feel inclined to think that I'm just making this up, I'm not. What I tell you is truly the most modern scholarly research on the topic that has become available to me at the time that the words come out of my mouth, and I sincerely believe them to be true. Even if I'm wrong, I'm not guessing. I'm repeating the best knowledge available to me at the moment. So in that spirit, I thank you for watching these videos, and let's get on to the fun stuff. Oh man, talk about an epic portal. I mean, good grief, look at that. I wish I knew what the feature is that you can see through this portal, but look at this. Look at the light and the dark. The the destination is the sky. I mean, that's just, whew, that is one of the best portal situations I've probably ever seen. There's a whole lot going on there. Okay, so just for fun, we're gonna go through this portal together. I haven't popped through here yet. We've got either water or a snake, not always different things, going through here. Well, it's definitely hard to get this low and look up and hold up camera at the same time. Going through. Whoa. That side's dark, that side's light. What else? Holy magic. Okay. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. Hi. Okay, we've come out the other side. What's down there? Looks like lots of tanks, more caves, open desert. The river, I think, is on the other side of the hill. I gotta find out what that mountain is in the far distance. Let me see if I can do that. All right, after a brief little tour of the topo map, what we're looking at is the entire Virgin Anasazi Empire. We're looking down the Virgin River Basin all the way to Lake Mead and toward the Valley of Fire and beyond to Las Vegas Valley, way in the distance. So when you're sitting here, you're looking at the far west reaches of the Virgin Anasazi landscape. They would head out that way to hunt. Some groups went out far out there. I don't know if they actually stayed out there all the time, but they definitely harvested resources from as far as the eye can see from this point, directly out that direction. Okay, I'm starting to get the hang of these guys, the Virgin Anasazi. So this is a top of the Butte water tank. This is like a little mini lake, pond, I guess you'd say, that would fill up during rainy times. And look at right there. There's some sheep petroglyphs on the wall. The Virgin Anasazi, they like these high places. I guess because they're used to floodplain farming. You know, those low grounds are not so great for hanging out because it's probably just wet most of the time. Up here, you've got little stores of water right next to where you want to do your stuff and hang out and be sheltered, and all the good rocks are up here and everything. That's what it seems like to me. There's some more sheep. Okay, this one actually has me quite puzzled. I don't know what's going on here. It's a four-legged animal, okay? There's the body. You've got I think I can see the horns, right? Or is that, maybe that's a horse. You've got the legs there, and you've definitely got something sitting on top of it. Like, no question about it. I can even think I see some reins connected to the head of this animal. What's the animal got going on here? I don't understand this animal. Okay, the animal's head is this big. And it's got some little ears, something attached, something sitting on it. There's the body, there's the legs. And this looks like one of the oldest images on the panel. Because look over here. You've got these guys. They look the same. They're the same as that, but they, you know, the other one has something sitting on it. That's really strange. There should not be people sitting on four-legged animals that long ago. I don't know what's happening with that. That is a puzzle. Let's keep looking down the panel. Standard issue sheep. Okay, there, standard issue spiral. There's the pictographs. I don't know if those are pictographs. Those actually might just be the rock. Oof. Another spiral over here. I'm just completely mystified by this thing. There's another spiral. Oh, painted petroglyphs. That's what those are. Cool. It's just so rare to see painted petroglyphs. I think I've only seen them like in 3 places ever. And they were in, Virgin Anasazi territory. Let's see, I saw painted petroglyphs in Snake Gulch, which is another one of those kind of borderlands where the Southern Paiute made it to as well. Wow, I don't know what to say about this guy with something sitting on it. Please leave a comment if you have any really, solid information about why that would be happening at a time before people were riding horses around here. Hey, how's this? Is this a good look for me? I got cold. This is really different. Look, this rock obviously fell down since the petroglyphs were made. Well, I say obviously because it's very, very, very strange to have petroglyphs hiding under there behind a bunch of rocks where they really don't have access to the sun. First of all, that patination, or whatever you call it, varnish, could not have happened without intense sunshine. Which makes me think this must have been up there since, at the time this was made. Look at all this has fallen down. Or this was up there. Anyway, it was up. And now it's very much down. Because, those guys should be in the sun. You don't find desert varnish in hidden pockets, and you don't really find petroglyphs like this in hidden pockets either. Panels like these call to mind things like calendar sticks, or a calendar panel that has a variety of images that act as mnemonic devices for memorized stories that tell of events that happened over time. This particular panel would have information on it from the Virgin Anasazi and the Numic speakers, the Paiute and or Shoshone. So here, for example, is a calendar stick from the Akimel Aatam, that they are from the Gila Bend area. I am not by any means suggesting a direct relationship between this calendar stick and the panel we're looking at. I'm just showing this as an example of how imagery is used to indicate events that happen over time. So you see these little images of things that look like people, dots, wavy lines, particularly these little notches that happen over here on the bottom right of the screen, the little dot with the tail, they kind of look like tadpoles. Those, in this context, represent battles. And they are on the side. They're kind of like, they're additional information that represents what happened in the bigger time span that's indicated by the bars on the top. These images on this rock, these little tadpole kind of images, so it's called to mind that. I'm not saying that they are the same, although, I mean, it's possible that these were made by the Numic speakers, and that the Numic speakers are linguistically related to the Akimal A'atam. They're all Uto-Aztecan, so maybe their imagery would be somewhat the same. I don't know. These images also kind of look like snares to me. Snares do have a practical use as a hunting device, but they also have ritual, powerful context symbolically. This panel this panel has a lot of these kind of, there's a lot of people. There isn't a lot of deer or sheep like there are on the other panels nearby. There are some, but not, a ton. And to compare it to like Newspaper Rock in Utah, which has predominantly Numic speakers, Ute imagery, they use a lot of these circular like shield images, sheep, people, footprints to represent their calendar images over time. This just looks a lot like that. If anybody has any particular information about that, let me know. But see these footprints? This is pretty standard issue migration symbolism, especially amongst the Numic and even amongst the ancestral Puebloans, which is what the Virgin Anasazi are. It talks about movement of people over time, those footprints. So if you know anything about this panel in particular, or these kind of panels in general, let me know what you think about my little hypotheses. I like to see this here because it looks old, and I saw some of those out in the overlap lands where the Virgin Anasazi were, and I thought it was weird because square petroglyphs are not common in the areas that I typically go to. I think of that more as a Pueblo manifestation because nature doesn't make squares, so typically square petroglyphs tend to be, and I'm not talking about diamond oriented, I'm talking about, rectangular square oriented. Typically that comes along with like agriculture and grid systems and houses that are constructed in squares. Nothing in the natural world makes a square. Seriously, that's a fact. Look it up. Crystals don't even make squares. They make angles that look almost square, but not totally square. Here's one where the newer image carved away some of the underneath image. So I guess that, here's another spot. So I guess that is reliable. The darker images are older. All right, let's do that D-stretch and see if that shows anything. No, the D-stretch didn't show pigment, so I'm going to go ahead and say that this looks like when this was pecked out, because it's pecked and not scraped, it didn't uniformly scrape away that whole underneath image. It just kind of pecked through it, but left some of it there too.
swept the roses. We kept holding on like it's washing us clean. But the dial is broken again. It was cold on the night I was born. You were right the whole time. I was wrong. But sometimes being wrong is a gift. No one sees the whole world. I'm
Yay, this brings us to the end of this adventure. I get to pass back through the portal to my own world. Thanks for watching this video, and now I want to show you some little critters I have for sale in my shop. I've been making bunnies for Easter, and they are in my art shop at theancientsouthwest.com. Just click on the art link, or you can go straight to the Etsy shop, etsy.com/shop/EyeOfGodArt. I make Huichol bead art, tiny glass beads pressed into beeswax and pine pitch, and it's in the style of the Huichol of Mexico, the traditional art form they make there. I love doing this. So if you want to support the channel and buy yourself a gift or a gift for a friend, that would be fantastic. There's lots of other little treasures in there for you to see too. Thank you so much for watching. Go on over to the Facebook group, The Ancient Southwest, and contribute your own stories and photos and hear stories by others and see pictures of others' adventures. Also, you can go to theancientsouthwest.com. That is the main website for this channel, and see other postings on different topics related to the Ancient Southwest. Have a wonderful day. May the fire inside you continue to burn brightly.